Tom Makaitis. He's a DePaul professor, also a terrorism analyst for WGN. Tom, are you there?
Good evening.
Hey, good evening to you. I know everyone's trying to get a sense of who could have done this, what group perhaps could have done this. Does the style of this attack, maybe some of the weapons used or the explosives used, give you any sense of who could have done this?
Not really. The style of the attack is consistent with truck and car bombs over a long period of time. My best guess from the evidence is it was probably fertilizer, nitrite fertilizer, and accelerant to make a tremendous explosion. What is particularly odd about this is it doesn't fit the pattern of known groups at this time. Islamist terrorists like ISIS and so on really want a very large body count. This was calculated to save lives, not to take them. Right-wing terrorists tend to pick targets that are anti-government. They're not really likely to pick a city in a very red state like Tennessee. And they too wouldn't necessarily give a warning. So the whole thing about it is very odd. My best guess at this point is that it's in the same category as the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski, a number of years ago, that it's somebody with a very idiosyncratic agenda, seeking attention. If that's the case, we'll know in a couple of days or sooner if that individual issues some kind of manifesto or statement. They will be able to identify the vehicle in all probability from the VIN stamped on the chassis and other parts of it, and they may be able to get DNA from the remains, although that person could sadly be a bystander rather than the perpetrator. We simply don't know.
Tom, the recorded message that apparently emanated from that RV said, a bomb will explode in 15 minutes, 14 minutes, 13 ticking down. Have you ever heard of an attack like this where it was preceded by a warning? And what do you think it means?
The last time I can honestly think of was the King David Hotel in 1946 during the Zionist insurgency, where they really wanted to evacuate the building. The British didn't pay enough attention. But I know of no case in which you get an actual countdown. Even if you were trying to attract police to the site to kill them, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, they simply were trying to get attention for something, what we have no way of knowing. But they seemed, whoever it was, individual group, whatever, clearly seemed to be interested in making sure nobody died. And that's not at all characteristic of terrorist attacks today.
That's interesting. As a result of what happened today, what sort of precautions are being taken nationwide, or should there be some?
Well, it's a reminder that we've gotten a little bit lax almost 20 years after 9/11. Soon after that attack, you wouldn't see a vehicle left for a very lengthy period of time before somebody ticketing and towing it. I think you're going to see an increased attention to that. But to be perfectly fair, this was not a high-profile target. It was not a downtown area. It was not a government building. It was not something that we would consider a high-profile target. It was a restaurant area. Now, if you were trying to kill people, it would be the perfect target, but the time of day was wrong. So, I think we're left with just a whole lot of questions at this point.
Yeah, it's a scary thing to consider. How will federal investigators go about? What are they doing right now to try to get to the bottom of this?
Well, a number of things. As I said, they're going to be going through the wreckage. They're probably going to find information that will identify the vehicle. They will be canvassing the area for anybody who saw or heard absolutely anything. They'll be looking for any kind of closed-circuit TV or other cameras that might have been on at this particular time, and just trying to literally uncover any kind of clue to piece together some indication of what occurred. And then they might be looking at what we refer to as chatter, any kind of internet activity that was pointing to this kind of thing. Unfortunately, when something like this happens, you get all kinds of people interested in jumping on the bandwagon, offering stuff that isn't very helpful and perhaps commenting about it. But they may find something by combing through websites and whatever. They're going to leave no stone unturned, but we're going to be some days before we have an understanding of what happened.
All right, all answers that we will be waiting for. Thank you so much, Tom Makaitis, our terrorism expert analyst here at WGN. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, you bet.